Back on Adapt and Respond with me, RJ Young. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking this video, and answer questions in the comments below. Do you believe that Florida State should be a top 25 team? Do you believe that USC should be a top 25 team? Or last I checked, all these BYU fans that was in my mentions talking about why we ain't no top 25 team. Have you seen the Colorado score presently? We can talk about if it changes. We can. But presently, get up out my mentions. Get out of my mentions. Go do a mission trip. Come back when you're 28 or something. Play some football. So I'm going through my top 25, and I'm trying to figure some things out as we got some moving and shaking like we would, and seeing who's going to change spots and who's going to do what. But after Florida State took this loss to Virginia, I'm going, is it Florida State's bad? No, it's not that Florida State's bad. It might be just that Virginia's good, based entirely on what we saw from Bama against Georgia tonight. Okay? Now, teams can metamorphosize or photosynthesize, whatever transmorphify, whatever Professor McGonagall you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Transfiguration you want to do. You can do that. You can play that math you want to with Bama. But what I saw from Florida State was a team that just sloppy. And Virginia was sloppy too. They just sloppy at home. And they end up getting the win, being sloppy at home, unlike Penn State, who just can't help themselves. But the thing about SC that bothered me, the thing that I wanted to talk with you about, is this Lincoln Riley experience. So for those of you that don't know, or, maybe you are on Bill and Ted's bogus journey, bogus adventure, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all come back from the future to find out that Lincoln Riley, in fact, is not the head coach at Oklahoma, but is the head coach at USC, and that he left Oklahoma claiming that he believed he could turn USC into the mecca of football. Mecca of college football, excuse me. Let me put the qualifier in there, as if that makes it any better. But at Oklahoma, some might say, might be a qualifier for a mecca of college football, maybe. Maybe you put 10 teams in that list. Oklahoma might be one of them. He was 15-6 against AP top 25 opponents. 15-6. That's not bad. It means that basically the only time he was getting his ass whooped was in the playoff. Which, a lot of people don't make it through the playoff. We ain't happy about it, but it's the way it went. So you go from winning 10 games, 11 games, 12 games, 13 games. At Oklahoma, we never win 13 games at Oklahoma. You win in championships. You're playing in the playoff. You got a good football team. You got 2 Heisman Trophy winners and 2 number 1 overall picks. Spencer Rattler ends up being Spencer Rattler. Tanner Mordecai ends up being Tanner Mordecai. But for the most part, you got a pretty damn good hit rate. You know what I'm saying? So you up and you go, like the Jodes, Grapes of Wrath out there to Hollywood. And it goes about the way that people think it would to start. You got a Heisman Trophy winner in Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick, who can't seem to bring the Bears into, the 21st century as it relates to passing the football, even though that's a great quarterback and ain't nothing to do with his fault. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. If Lincoln Riley picks a quarterback, you got to bet on that quarterback. He's just been immaculate in what he's been able to do. Him and Ryan Day, if they tell you that a dude can play quarterback, just take it to the bank. That's what we've been doing. So when Miller Moss became the guy after what he did in the Holiday Bowl, some like 6 TDs against Louisville, we was like, all right, cool. Miller Moss might be next. Then he gave that boy the bench like he did Spencer Rattler. Okay. So what you do? You get Jaden Mayava, who was put on, by the way, of all people, Brennan Marion, who was offensive coordinator at UNLV at the time, now the head coach at San Francisco State. Yeah, San Francisco State, where they had to bench Jaden Rashada, but that's another story altogether. So he transferred to SC, where he's going to sit behind Miller Moss. And then he gets going to games. Miller Moss keeps throwing interceptions. And we find out Jaden Mayava might be that dude. Against Illinois today, he went for 3 bills plus. He threw his first interception all season, but it's a good Illinois defense. You expect that. But the thing that bothered me the most about this is USC is a top 25 opponent. Illinois is a top 25 opponent. USC had owned Illinois up until today. Like, you had to go back to 1989 for the last time that Illinois beat USC. Like something like 6 straight wins or whatever. Then I get this fact dropped on me like a ton of bricks. USC is 4-11 against AP top 25 opponents since Lincoln Riley arrived there. What that means by definition is that you can be trusted to beat everybody you're supposed to, because we never expect USC to not be a top 25 team. Okay. Given that we have 136 FBS teams, the top 25, you could say, yeah, all right, cool. They should give them a run for their money. But the idea that Lincoln Riley would go from going 15-6 to 4-11, you damn man, you flip that is wild to me. Like now, he's still got 6 more games against top 25 opponents before we can get a 1-1. But it's fair to say, I don't expect you to believe that 10-11 is any better than 15-6, even if it's at SC. And now that you're in the Big Ten, which is a bigger conference than the Pac-12 was, and a more competitive conference than the Pac-12 was, it feels like it's just going to be hard. Because now it's not just that you got to deal with Oregon, Washington, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. It's that you also have to deal with Indiana, Illinois, as you learned today, and up and down this thing as people have learned how to use the transfer portal. So while we have been asking the question about what's going to happen with Arkansas and Sam Pittman, we've seen what happened with Mike Gundy. We saw what happened with Deshaun Foster. I don't think that they're anywhere close to doing that with Lincoln Riley, to be clear. But they did not hire the man to not play for championships. That's just not it. You brought him in here to play for championships. Just like I was making allusion to Jim Knowles was brought into Penn State to make a good defense, a great defense. And today, both of those men did not meet the standard that they themselves set elsewhere, which goes to show you just how difficult it can be to walk into another place and set the standard that you had at the last place, because nothing is the same. And the only thing constant in our game is change. That's going to do it for this episode of Adapt and Respond. If you like the live shows, tell me that in the comments below, because I need to hear it. And if you listen to the podcast on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a 5-star review. Yes, I owe a ton of stickers, and I'm sending them out. And if you want a sticker, go ahead and fill out the form in the description below. There's a link. Tell me that you rated it. Show me that you rated it, and give me some time, as I am one man filling out a whole bunch of stickers, trying to send them quite literally all over the world. But I am doing it, and it is a thing we're doing. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Doses.